Hello again. This portion of the video will cover the syllabus, so go ahead and pull that up on your screen. I apologize again if my mouth is not matching up with my words. It's no fault of my own, it's YouTube's craziness, but since you'll be looking at the syllabus most of the time anyway, it really shouldn't matter, or you can bring your friends over and make fun of me, whatever you want to do. So here I am at the top of the WGS302 syllabus, and as you can see, the genders, sexualities, and homophobias, they've all been pluralized with that weird S in the parentheses. And what I'm hoping to show with this is that gender is not monolithic. Gender is not singular. There are many genders. There are multiple genders, sexualities, and homophobias, as we're going to find out throughout this semester, particularly the genders and sexualities. So I put underneath there my name, Amy Blue. I give you the name of the course. I ask you to join this course no later than Tuesday, but most of you have already joined it, so I give you my email address. My email that I prefer that you use is blueamy@msu.edu. Although I'm a professor and a graduate of EKU, I'm actually a graduate student again here at Michigan State University, so although I check my EKU account sometimes, I check this account much more frequently, and so I would appreciate it if you wanted to send more formal emails or attachments or anything, to send it to there. I also give you my Facebook page. My Facebook name is abluedude, and then my Skype, abluedude, because to hold office hours, I'll be using those two modes of communication. So, if you want to get in touch with me and you're on Facebook and you have friended me on Facebook, then you'll be able to see everything that's on my wall if you want to scope me out or stalk me or whatever. And you'll also be able to contact me on Facebook chat, which you should feel free to do whenever you see me online. If I'm not online on Facebook, I could be online on Skype, and so you can feel free to video chat or just text chat with me on Skype as well, and I give you my Skype name there. If you'll go down a little bit further, there are two books that are required for this course under materials. I have Anne Fausto Sterling's Sexing the Body, Gender Politics and the Construction of Sexuality. And then the second book is a novel by Chris Vogelain, I think. It's called Trans Sister Radio, a Novel. And those are the two books that we'll be reading throughout the semester. If you've already gotten your Anne Fausto Sterling's Sexing the Body and you've seen that it's kind of a huge, thick book, don't panic. First I'll tell you that although the book itself is over 500 pages long, I think, or close to 500 pages, the actual text of the book is only 260 pages long. And we'll be breaking these down into manageable chunks, and we'll have plenty of time to sort of dissect them and get through them, but I think you'll find that Fausto Sterling is a very cogent writer who you'll be able to understand, and she wrote this book for the general public, and so it's not a book that's just for specialized people specializing in sociology or psychology or the humanities or something. It's for a broader audience. So I think that you'll like them. I think that you'll love both of them, and hopefully as they intersect we'll be able to talk a little bit more about how gender and sexuality affect homophobia, which is how I'm hoping to use them together. Under that you'll see the course objectives, the specific course objectives, and I'm not going to go through those all over again. And then you'll see under general course overview a much longer and more drawn-out description of what is actually required of you. And I've already sort of told you this. Some new information that it tells you here is that you'll be responsible for reading between 100 and 150 pages a week. And I know that seems like, it might seem, I don't know how you operate, but it might seem like a whole lot. But if you think about like a freshman class, like a 101 class, those classes typically ask you to read about 50 pages a week. And then you go into your sophomore year, and that's, you know, more like 100, 125 maybe, or 75 to 100, and then you come to this level and this is the way that it's expected. Plus you're trying to squeeze 16 weeks of a normal semester into 8 weeks, and so I hope that you all came prepared knowing that you were going to have to read a little bit. And I'll say that most of the time the majority of your reading will come from the novel rather than from the more academic book, and so you know novel reading is a lot faster than academic reading. So just stick with it. I think that you'll really find what the information that you gather from it very valuable, particularly if you're going to go on in the field of humanities or to get a WGS major or minor. I talk a lot about in the syllabus about the importance of attending the discussion boards and attending the Facebook wall, about going to those repeatedly throughout the week and not just saving one little comment for one day. And your scores, I'll grade you throughout the weeks on how much you're participating. It'll almost become like an attendance record. If you're participating, you know, pretty frequently, at least once a day, maybe on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, and you're giving something substantial and not just, yeah, I agree with so-and-so, what she said is true. If you're giving me something a little bit more substantial than that, you'll get all the points that are allowed for you. But if you're just sort of chiming in with, I agree, then I'm not going to be able to give you all those points. I need to have a little bit more proof that you're reading the material and engaging with it and struggling through it like the rest of us are. And so that's why I'm doing this, is not only to get you guys to build on your ideas, but also to assess that you're actually reading the material, because this is some of the most, it's the whole course. The Sexing the Body material is the whole course. And so the way that these will be staggered, let's see if I have enough time on my YouTube video. Yeah. The way that these will be staggered throughout the course, this discussion board wall and all this other stuff, is in week 2, I will send out an email that gives you not only the description of the final assignment with all the logistics, how many pages, fonts, and all that jazz. It will not only give you that and an assignment description, but it will also give you a number of themes that you can begin to explore throughout the rest of the semester. So by that time, you should have sort of gotten into Sexing the Body a little bit. We will have started reading a little bit of the novel, and you'll kind of understand a little bit better where your mind is and what the course is trying to do for you. And at that point, you'll pick a theme, and you can either choose one of the themes that I've selected, or you can come to me with another theme. And after that point, all of your events wall postings will be directed toward that theme. You'll be exploring how Fausto Sterling in her book Sexing the Body develops that theme, or you'll also go out into the real world, onto the internet, looking out into your community, looking at other classes that you've taken to see how your theme is represented in the larger academic and in social community. And so I'll articulate all of this assignment in a Word document that I send out to you in about week 2. And then by week 5, you'll be able to develop a research question that sort of gets at what you're looking at and why you chose that theme, so that by the end of the semester, you'll be able to give me something, it doesn't have to be anything finalized, but you'll be able to give me an essay that sort of explores this theme and how your thoughts about the theme changed, or how they grew, what you learned, what your outside research was. And again, I'll articulate all of this in our assignment description in week 2, but just to kind of get you thinking, you're going to be pursuing one primary theme throughout the whole semester, so you might start asking yourself in the first 2 weeks of reading before I give you the assignment, what am I already thinking about? What themes keep popping up to me? What seems important to me in this discussion? And then when I give you that list of themes, it might be right on there, or you might be able to negotiate with me and arrange for that to be your theme of choice. And so hopefully you can start to see how all of this builds. I think I explained this in my last video. The Facebook chatter is a place for you to kind of just be like, yeah, right, I know, okay, and really kind of just put yourself out there, put your thoughts out there. And so that's sort of the topmost branch of this. It doesn't have to be very serious. We can make jokes, we can point out stereotypes and things like that. Then the next most serious thing is the discussion wall. And your level of academic language, your level of thought, your level of processing analysis should go up a little bit when you go to that wall. Then you've got the end of the week events, and that should be the culmination of all of this thinking that you've been doing all week. Where is your theme taking you? What's going on with this? What's your mind telling you about this? What's your outside research contributing to what you're already thinking about this theme? And then finally, you'll add all of those little end of the week event wall postings up into a final project. So that's all the rest of these huge long paragraphs that you probably have already read. They're all describing better what I've just said, and in formalized language. Under course policies, you'll see my statement about my Skype and office hours. I don't accept late work. You'll see the grading policy and how many points are assigned to each one of those elements that I've just discussed. I tell you a little bit more about the way that I'm conceiving of attendance, and how I'm using Facebook chatter to approximate, are you here? And if you are here, is your mind here, or are you just occupying a desk? That kind of thing. Respect clause disability statements. And finally, at the very bottom, you'll see the tentative schedule of reading and assignments. And I've broken that up into a table that gives you the day, the topic of what we're actually talking about, the readings you're responsible to do for Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, and then just a reminder for that response assignment. I put that in a little column on the right-hand side and remind you that you need to post your theme no later than the second week, and then the rest of the semester. So I'm out of time again on my video, and I hope that what you understand from these 2 videos are the Facebook page and how it's going to work, this overall arc of the semester, and then your weekly responsibilities in the course. So start posting your questions on the general discussion wall if you have them. See you next week.